Okay, so this is skill stop number 2, and we're going to be learning how to identify shorashim that have one missing letter. Now, this is a little bit more of a complicated skill, so feel free, especially in the beginning, to rewatch this video and pause and rewind as many times as you need to make sure that you understand it. And if you have any questions, as always, please send me an email and I'll be more than happy to help. Okay, so for this skill, I think that it makes more sense to start with an example and then go back and explain it. I think it'll be easier for you to see. So we're going to first look at page 6 of your skill set packet. And we're going to start with the example of yipol, which means he will fall. So let's say that I asked you to figure out what the shoresh is of this verb, he will fall. The first thing that you would do when you looked at the word is you would realize that having the yud in front of it means that it's telling us that the word is in the future tense, so that's how we know he will, as opposed to he has or he is falling. It's he will fall. So we're going to get rid of the yud because that is a prefix and it's not part of the root itself. So now we're just left with a pei and a lamed. And if I'm asking you to find a shoresh, you're looking for 3 letters, and the pei and the lamed doesn't make sense. You don't know what letter is missing and what the root of the word actually is. So now I'll explain how you're going to go about figuring out what that 3rd letter is, even though there's only 2 letters shown. So now we're going to take a look back at page 5. There are some Hebrew letters that are often hidden from shorashim, and luckily they're the same letters every time. So once you get the hang of it, you can kind of predict which letter is going to be missing. And to help you remember what the letters are, they spell the word Vilna. So if you can just remember Vilna, so that's Vav, Yud, Lamed, Nun, and Hey, then you know that at least that of the one letter that's missing, it's one of those 5 letters. So not only is it always the same 5 letters, but those 5 letters also are found in the same spots. So if it turns out that one of the letters missing from the shoresh is either a nun or a lamed, it's going to be in the first space of the shoresh. And if the letter that's missing is either a yud or a vav, it's going to be found in the second space of the shoresh. And then finally, if the missing letter is a hey, we'll find that at the end of the shoresh. So what we're going to do now is take the 2 letters that we know, which is pei and lamed, and we're going to start plugging in the other possible missing letters to see which combination of letters makes sense for the shoresh. So now we just start putting them together. To check to see if the hey is the missing letter, it would have to be at the end, so we would check pei, lamed, hey, and that's not a verb that we recognize. So maybe it's the second letter that's missing, so we try pei, yud, lamed, and that's not one that works. And neither does pei, vav, lamed. So we keep going. The next one would be lamed, pei, lamed, which also doesn't work. And then finally we come to nun, pei, lamed, which, ding, 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 is our shoresh. So this is the root of the word meaning to fall, which I know that I already told you that yud, pei, lamed from the beginning means he will fall, but if I wasn't here to tell you that, you would now be able to figure it out on your own. Also, if you don't have all of your verbs memorized, then what you should be doing this whole time is have out the list from skill set 1 of common shorashim that you should know and just be checking it against it. So if you had that out, you would see that he fell is right here.